Guys, this Elmax from Enzo, maybe one of the best steels from Enzo at this time. Hello YouTube, this is Dutch Bushcraft Knives, and today I want to do a first look at the Enzo Trapper in Elmax steel. This is a new steel from Enzo, and perhaps you have seen me make this knife because I actually got the Enzo Trapper kit. And yeah, I want to see how this Elmax steel from Enzo holds up. I know the Elmax from Bog River is an excellent steel with a great edge retention. I have great experience with that, so I'm wondering how the Elmax will hold up with the Enzo Trapper or the Enzo heat treatment. So yeah, I'm not going to do a full review because this is my first time actually using it, so it's also my first impression. So review would be kind of strange to do because I can't really review this yet. But I will share my first impressions of this knife with you guys. Alright, so I'm just going to do some regular stuff like feather sticking and batoning right now. After that I will just use it for some days to see how the edge holds up without sharpening. And I won't film it all, but I will film some of it and give you a conclusion. But let's check the sharpness we have at this moment. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. You need a really sharp knife to be able to make these kind of circular motions. So Elmax, I already knew that this steel can get crazy sharp, very fine grain structure in this Elmax steel. So yeah, let's see how it performs. Alright, so let's see how this knife does a feather sticking job. And I sharpened this knife myself 2 days ago, and I'm always doing hand sharpening, and that means that your knife will get a little bit more convex. So this knife is a scandi from the factory, but if you sharpen it by hand and you strop, you get a kind of semi-convex apex or scandivex. And as you can see, a lovely feather stick in just a few seconds. So yeah, this knife is a great feather sticker. And making a good feather stick is very important to me because it's my way of making fire most of the times. So you also need a sharp spine on the back of your blade, and most Enzos come with the sharp spine, as you can see. No problem with sparking whatsoever. Yeah, all these Enzos are semi-custom, so some have a less sharp spine, some have a more sharp spine. So but you can always, if you like it, sharpen the spine yourself. Alright, now let's see the cutting capabilities of this knife. So I'm gonna make a point to the stick to see the cutting capabilities. So this knife has quite some biting power to it. You can slice off large chunks of these branches without too much effort. Very sharp. So yeah, this knife is a pretty good cutter because of the sharpness and geometry of this apex. I think they made the geometry of this bevel pretty impressive because they choose not to make it too small of a scandivex and not too big, and that gives this knife excellent performance. And I have great expectations of this Elmax steel. So yeah, let's do a little bit more testing. Right, so we know that the Enzo is a good cutter and a good, pretty decent feather sticker. But let's do some more demanding tasks like batoning. I have some pieces of wood here, different sizes. This one is a pre-cut log, but still has some knots. I personally would use my Enzo for stuff like this, just to make it into yeah, small tinder sticks to light the fire with. So that went pretty easy. Knot part here, no problem. Alright, so let's take this bigger vlog. This is oak, I think. Looks like oak. So let's baton this. Barely fits the knife. No problem. And as you can see, a big knot, so no problem. Now let's see if we can do this very large piece with also quite some knots. And this really barely fits the knife. It was a tough job, but the Enzo is strong enough to do it. Wouldn't recommend these kinds of logs, they're too big for an Enzo. But hey, in a survival situation, you gotta do with what you have. Alright, so from the batoning test you can see that this small Enzo trapper is still a very decent batoner for a small knife. So yeah, let's do some edge stress testing. Alright, so let's check the impact resistance of the Elmax steel. A way some people like to make tinder is a very stressing way to for your edge. So yeah, let's check it out. So still no visible edge problems, people. Pretty amazing. Alright, so people, these tests aren't of course the most stressing test you could possibly do with a knife, but these tests do give you an idea how the knife will perform in bushcraft in a short amount of time, because these are quite demanding tasks and it tests things like carving and stuff like that. So yeah, it gives you a quick overview of how the knife will perform. So let's check the sharpness at where we are now, after all these tasks. Okay, it's not possible to make a complete circle, but like we could do at the start, but this sharpness people is still amazing. This knife barely dulled. Let's see if we can shave. Shaving is absolutely no problem. So again, Enzo does a very good job with their heat treatments, and they also did a very good job on their Enzo, on the Elmax, I mean. And there are absolutely no edge problems yet. I'm going to use this knife for the rest of the week and give you a final conclusion. After that, I'll tell you what I've done with it, and yeah, we'll see how the edge held up. But up to now, no edge problems for these tasks. And I can conclude that Enzo did a good heat treatment on this. And like on the Bark River Elmax, this Elmax steel is great. I really love Elmax. One of my most favorite steels. Alright people, sadly my bushcraft week has come to an end. I've been using this Enzo Elmax for the whole week. After the task you saw me do with this, I just used it for regular around the camp stuff. And yeah, I have a few minor edge problems on the belly part, but I think that's because of hitting hard material like sand particles and stuff that were on the trunks and stuff like that. So let's check out the sharpness of this knife after a whole week of use. See, belly part, but the part that I use most is still very sharp. Even the part with the edge problems is still very sharp. And it is still able to reasonably shave my arm hair. So yeah, guys, this Elmax from Enzo, maybe one of the best steels from Enzo at this time. So I do highly recommend it. It's not that much more expensive than the other steels. So maybe the best price on the internet on any Elmax full tang blade you can possibly get now. So highly recommendable knife. If you want to get your hands on an Elmax knife, the Enzo is a very good bargain. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.